Hello, welcome to I Need Help, Recruitment Support for What You Need. I'm so pleased that you can join me today. My name is Shirley Leonard. I'm an organizational development human resources consultant. My business is Pinnacle Organizational Performance Solutions, and I operate it out of beautiful Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm happy to host our topic today on behalf of Project Gazelle. In a prior video, I spoke about the tipping point, that time when we are driving so fast in our business that we don't have time to stop for gas, metaphorically speaking. Overloaded with doing tasks, we recognize the need to hive off some of those tasks to others who have the right skills, and which allow us, the owner, to then focus on the more strategic work of growing our business, like managing risk and achieving the big goals. Moving forward, congratulations, you've made that very courageous decision to recruit someone to help you. And yet, our 2020 survey data revealed that for female business entrepreneurs, a key barrier to growth was a lack of human resources skills, and specifically feeling a lack of confidence in how to recruit for the help that we so desperately need. So today, we're exploring how do I hire someone, and more importantly, what am I hiring for? So let's look at three important recruitment success factors. Number one, the absolute necessity of creating a job description to recruit to. Number two, some basic do's and don'ts of recruitment, And number three, finding support for your recruitment needs. So here we go. Number one, the job description. Do not groan, please, but honestly, do not take one more step forward in your search if you have not created a basic job description of what you need this miracle worker to do for you. And seriously, I just can't emphasize that enough. The job description guides your advertising for the role. It will invite in and weed out the people to interview. It focuses your interview questions, and it's the comparator for selecting amongst all of those candidates who will best suit your needs. And by the way, you've just heard the three key steps to recruitment: attraction or advertising, interview, and compare candidates. So that's a 3.5-hour workshop comprised into a minute. Once hired, that mighty job description will support your orientation and training efforts with your new employee. It is the benchmark for awarding a probation pass or fail, and it forms the basis of your managing, coaching, problem solving, and determining any learning needs or skill gaps that you need to fill with this new employee. The job description is, I think, the North Star of recruitment. It's the guide for you and your new employee to success. So, well, what's in that job description? I like to keep that approach simple and short, relatively. And so I think there's 8 basics that you put in a job description. So first of all, what's the role responsible for? And how does it contribute to the organization? People want to know that they're doing meaningful work, so that's really important to add into that JD. The nature of the work. So is it in the office? Is it a retail environment? Is it external work only? Is it administrative support? Is it in the service industry? Is it in a warehouse environment? So what's the nature of this work? Is it full-time, part-time, temporary, casual hours, days and hours of work? Those are really important to our job seekers because they too have their other priorities and they're searching for their perfect job with you. Qualifications that are needed, such as industry specific or certifications. And number 6, the reporting structure. Who does this individual report to? And does this person perhaps have his or her own supervisory responsibilities? Because this may not be your first employee, it might be your 10th or your 50th. Number 7, specific priorities the person will be expected to achieve. Again, it's about your business support and growth. And number 8, determining the degree of autonomy to do this job. In other words, how much supervision do you have to give to this individual? And hopefully very little once you've trained them correctly. So once you have that job description, it supports creating what we call the job posting to advertise the role. And so that job posting includes specific information such as, well, where do you want to receive these resumes? So where do we have to send them? Salary or hourly wage information, benefits information if there are any benefits that are available for this job, and any specific requirements such as a driver's license, first aid certification, successful completion of a police records check. Not all jobs need that police records check, but many do. So let's move into our second big section here for recruitment, and that is basic risk management do's and don'ts for recruitment. I've got 3 sections here. So the first one is about advertising for help. Second one is conducting our interviews. And the third one is making your hiring decision. So at a high level view, we'll take a deeper look at each one of these. Advertising for help, our first section. So the nature and complexity of the role you're hiring for will guide where to advertise this role, this opportunity. At a minimum, I recommend using your own social media sites to support your search, such as your business Facebook page, your LinkedIn, your own business website, your industry newsletter or website, and those networking organizations that you belong to, such as the Chamber of Commerce, Community Futures, or other professional organizations that can help you advertise your job. Tell people that you're hiring. Word of mouth is still likely the most effective source of good people because your people know what you're looking for. And so tell them what it is, and then they'll help you in that search. I advise, do not hire family members or friends, please. I'm sorry to tell you this, but as tempting as it is, it rarely works out in the long term. Your family and friend relationships will extend far beyond your immediate hiring need. And please don't risk those really important relationships by hiring from those 2 pools. And why not? Well, because you need to set expectations. You need to manage, you need to coach, you need to sometimes discipline, and maybe one day you might need to terminate this employee. So that's a really big why right there. If you have other employees, they may see a family member or a friend who is hired as being a favorite, and that would contribute to eroding trust in the workplace. And I think ultimately, we've got thousands of people that are looking for work. We have an ample labor market from which to draw upon to find the people that you need. So I think we use a process with more rigor, and that saves you plenty of headaches down the road. So let's move into the interviewing, our second section here. So we're going to conduct interviews that are based upon interview questions that pertain to that job description and those requirements that we've just built. We're going to need to ensure our questions do not violate any provincial employment standards or human rights legislation. So you might need some extra help for that. We need to ask the same questions of every candidate that you interviewed to avoid any perception of bias. Really important. HR in 2021 is very different than it was 5 years ago. We will use a ranking tool to fairly, and that word is really important, to fairly evaluate each candidate's skills and experience and abilities against one another and to match those job description requirements. So the last part of our interviewing and our recruitment process is making your hiring decision. At a minimum, create and provide to your successful candidate a letter of offer and acceptance for the role. I've learned that many small business owners are just really not even aware of that step, and so they don't do it, and it creates unnecessary risk for you. I advise creating a master template which can be repeatedly used as your business grows for an employee or contractor agreement, which then specifies in more detail the terms and conditions of working with your business. It's really a risk management step there. So let's examine the third important recruitment step, which is support for your recruitment activities. Remember, you don't have to do it all, nor should you. Your goal is to recruit a valuable employee so you can do what you love to do and what you are really good at. So work with someone who can help you recruit. He or she has the experience, the approach, the tools, the network, the dedicated time to help you find the right person to meet your needs. Your customers will thank you for that. And lastly, the questions to ask yourself as you contemplate a recruitment search for this important person. Number one, do I have the skills and the time that's needed to devote to attracting, interviewing, and selecting this important hire? Secondly, what help do I need to create a useful job description to assist my recruitment efforts? And number three, how will I keep myself from that very tempting, easy way out of hiring friends or family members? So in our next video, we'll explore why it is absolutely critical to onboard and orientate your new employee into your business and what that looks like. It is not hard to do, but it is essential to do, and it's typically the most overlooked activity to help your new employee and your business experience greater success more quickly. So thank you for watching this overview of recruiting for what you need. If you would like to talk more with me about your recruitment needs, please contact the Project Gazelle office. They can be reached by phone at 780-875-5458 or email projectgazelle, Gazelle, 2, the number 2, at albertacf.com. Until next time, make it a great day. Thank you.